What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and we're going to get straight into it today. Talking about the MVP race. This is a pretty common topic with me with my videos. I mean, really, if you watch this, we take a look at the top of the league. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about the contenders, the best teams, who can win the finals, the best players, the top players, MVPs. Common topic is just because we always have to focus on the greatest talent that exists in the NBA. Nobody cares about the bottom feeders right now. I mean, we will when they get these draft picks and we take a look at who they're picking, but that's really all it matters for. Right now, we're the home stretch of the season. We're taking a look at the best players, who's going to perform in the playoffs. And for this video, we're taking a look at the MVPs. So I'm really glad that I can say, you know, that this year, the 2016-17 NBA season, we're presented with a fantastic MVP conversation. Obviously, the front runners are James Harden and Russell Westbrook, and I'm going to get to them in a minute. But then you got guys like Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, even Isaiah Thomas, who I think, personally, he's probably falling out of the running. But he shouldn't be. I mean, if Isaiah Thomas was having this type of season last year, he would be the second runner-up. I mean, he would be right behind Steph Curry in terms of that MVP. If not, he'd be... Well, I mean, God, he'd be right. Yeah, he wouldn't be first, but he would be right behind him. You know, if this is from the season that Curry won MVP in 14-15, then Isaiah Thomas probably has a shot at winning the award. Probably not, though, just because James Harden was putting up great numbers and he didn't win it and his team was better. But what I'm saying is, like, these guys, Harden, Westbrook, LeBron, Kawhi, and Isaiah Thomas, they're putting up these amazing seasons. But it's just unfortunate for them that there are guys in the league that are doing incredible, like they all had these amazing seasons at this point in their career. I mean, take a look at those guys. Most of them are having the best, most or all of them are having the best season of their career. Harden and Westbrook are having the best seasons of their career. Kawhi Leonard and Isaiah Thomas for sure having the best seasons of their career. LeBron James, obviously a lot of people might say, okay, well, he's a little bit older. But when you take a look at the stats, those are his best assist stats he's ever had, and that's his best part of his game, his playmaking ability. He's also shooting the ball at about 39% from three-point range. He's had an amazing season. So this is one of his best seasons ever, I would say. I don't know if it's his best, but, you know, it's right up there, and I think you can make a case for why it's his best. And there's also other guys. I mean, besides these five guys, there are great players that would be in the MVP conversation, and the other years that probably will get left out of it. I'm thinking someone like a John Wall, or, you know, if Kevin Durant wasn't injured, he would be there as well. DeMar DeRozan's having a huge year for the Raptors. And Steph Curry, even though he's taken a drop off a little bit, he still has great numbers. And that would probably qualify for MVP conversations in past years. But this year, you know, no one will even spend a single ounce of time talking about Steph Curry for the MVP, because we have guys like Harden and Westbrook, who I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, yes, I've said a ton of stuff about these guys in the past, but there's always more to tell, and I really, I can't. This MVP race is so good. Not only do we have five players, you could say, you know, okay, we have two players that are going forward, or maybe three or four or five. We have this amount of players that are in the MVP conversation, which is great. I mean, we love to have a close race. We love to have great comp. In general, and in this MVP conversation, it's awesome. You know, but it's not only that, because we didn't have that last year. It was like Steph Curry just ran away with the award. But not only do we have great comp, but we also, it's not just like they're close together, but they're also all insane. I mean, it's not like these guys are putting up pretty good numbers and they're just the best. It's like they're going ballistic. I don't understand. Russell Westbrook, what's he putting up? 32, 10, and 10? And he has, what, a 97% chance to average a triple-double this season. I don't see any way he wouldn't. I didn't even think he could do it at the beginning of the year. I thought it was going to go away. But he proved us all wrong. He's Russell Westbrook. He's capable of these things. Russell Westbrook is going to finish the season likely averaging 30, 10, and 10. How incredible is that? Triple-double hasn't been done. Averaging triple-double hasn't been done for decades, since Oscar Robertson. And the Big O, you know, there's something about the rebound rate in that era was so much higher. You know, I think it's crazy Russell Westbrook being really the only guy on his team that can make plays, and he's doing that. I can give a case for Westbrook or Harden. The thing with Westbrook is that he does everything. The 30, 10, and 10 is going to stand out a hell of a lot. He's made big plays all year for his team. He carries that team. That carries the life out of that team, to be honest. And there's really not much more he could do. He just has to be on this team where they're in the 6th seed, which I think is pretty goddamn impressive for that team to be in the 6th seed. Take a look at how those guys play when Russell Westbrook's not on the court. He is so fucking valuable to that team. That's why, when you talk about the most valuable player, the definition of the word valuable, he's right. He's got to be right up there, and he is right up there. But, it just amplifies his MVP case. Now, the reason why I don't think Russell Westbrook's going to get the MVP, I already made a video about this, is because of that team's record. Whether they finish anywhere from 4 through 7, it just doesn't seem likely. If they get to the 4 seed, then he'll have a real legitimate shot, and he might be the favorite, honestly. But if he's at the 7 seed, I don't think that the NBA is going to even consider it, because they don't give it to guys. The only who was the last person that they gave it to that wasn't a top 2 seed? It was Michael Jordan, I believe. You got to be like Jordan to get that. And Russell Westbrook, well, he's doing some incredible things. His team isn't in, I think MJ, when he got it, he was probably in the 3 or 4 seed. Even if Harden gets the MVP, it would be breaking that streak of top 2 seeds MVPs, right? So Russell Westbrook, he's even lower than James Harden. He's not just right below the top 2. He's far below. He's at 6th right now. At 6th or 7th, I don't think he gets it. 4th or 5th, you're talking this guy has a great chance. But it all depends on how the end of the season unfolds, right? Then James Harden. Let's talk about James Harden for a second. This guy is a great leader. He leads the league in assists as a guy that has been a shooting guard his entire career, moved to point guard this year, and look at the big things he's doing. We knew him as a scorer. The guy could put up 28 a night and 12 assists and 8 rebounds. And the biggest and best thing about James Harden, the historical accomplishments he's made. This is crazy. This blows my mind. First of all, the guy had a 53-17-16 game. I'll repeat that. The guy had a 53 points, 17 assists, 16 rebound basketball game. In regulation. That shit did not go to overtime. That was in a 48-minute game. How is that possible? How the fuck? I don't know. Those numbers just don't make sense in my head. But yeah, that's never been done until this year. No one had even done I don't think anyone had even done a 50-15-15 game. No, they hadn't. But he went above and beyond. He had 53-17-60. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That's not the only thing he's done. He also just recently, just like a week ago or a few days ago even, he became the first player in NBA history to have back-to-back 40-point triple-doubles. 40-point triple-double is crazy by itself. Crazy. And we're just seeing the most of those this season because we got Westbrook and Harden racking up the triple-doubles. But James Harden decides to go back-to-back, and it's like, well, we take it for granted. We already know what Harden is capable of. We've seen this before and all this, right? But guys, this has never been done. That's why the historical aspect of it. And I know Harden's team is better, so I don't know if I can take winning into account really here. I don't know if I know who the better. I don't like. It's so hard because of that. Neither of these guys have been a huge defensive presence this season. Obviously, Harden hasn't, but Russell Westbrook, he's on the offensive end, man. I mean, he has to be there. That you can't waste any time. I don't blame him. That team has no scoring whatsoever without him. They have to get carried by him. Anyway, what I was saying before is that, these guys are both crazy. Co-MVPs, honestly, I have no idea who I would pick. I really don't. If you gave me an MVP ballot, I would just be, I couldn't do it. I would take hours. I don't know. How could I fucking answer that question? And then we got guys like Kawhi and LeBron. How can you, ignore LeBron at the top 2 for MVP? Harden and Westbrook are just that good, but LeBron has been incredible this year. Incredible. And he doesn't really get a ton of credit for that because we got Harden and Westbrook, but LeBron does this shit everywhere here. So maybe people are like, okay, we're used to what LeBron does. Like, that's not fair. And Kawhi Leonard is coming into his own as a superstar, and he's a top 3, in my opinion, he's a top 2 player in the NBA, right behind LBJ. But he's not getting MVP consideration as much as guys like Harden and Westbrook. He's not going to win the award most likely, because I think, if the Spurs were in the 1 seed, then he would have a lot more. It would be much more likely for him. But they're not. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I don't think they're gonna get it now. I mean, it looked like it was really likely for a sec, but then the Warriors got back into their flow, and the Spurs just dropped a bunch of games. I don't even know how or why, but that happened. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Who's gonna be the MVP? Someone please answer that question. I don't know. I've covered their cases, Harden or Westbrook. There's so many positives and not enough negatives, which is good, I guess. I mean, this is awesome that we're having a debate over this. But I don't know. I can't decide. I'm pretty frustrated. I want there to be I want someone to speak. Like, everybody I know, it's like, oh, it's either Harden or it's Westbrook. But I'm just here like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know. Anyway, guys, yeah, you decide for me in the comments, please. Like it up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.